is our friend Ron, so he was there.
Yes.
Not invited to my wedding. One of the people who hates me for not inviting him.
Well, he actually asked me, invite me, don't invite Chris. We'll make it.
And I feel bad because I love Ronnie. He's a good guy, but like, honestly speaking, I don't want to keep making this about me while you're in the middle of your story, but that's what I do.
That's why you didn't get invited to my wedding.
Yeah, I like Ronnie a lot. I love Ronnie a lot. But Ronnie is probably not one of my best friends of my life. He's a good dude. And I always enjoyed hanging out with him. I've maybe spoken on the phone with Ronnie 15 times in the 15 to 20 years that I've known him. Like, he's just not one of my closer friends. If we go out to a bar, I'll hang out with him. I'll have drinks. I'll go to his house every now and again, hang out. But I don't call him. He doesn't call me. We don't really. But
answer me this: when you found out that he was bummed,
it was 2.5 years after I got married.
Did you?
I felt bad.
And for the record,
you felt bad?
I never knew this, and I'm not the one that told him this. So, although he might have told you himself, I don't know.
No, I've heard from multiple.
Okay,
Did you feel
it
bad?
wasn't me. I just want to go on record to say that.
Did you then feel like Ronnie thought you were a better friend than you think he is?
What?
No, I understand what he's saying.
even decipher that.
I understand what he's saying. I would hope that's not the case because
when Chris found out that Ronnie was bummed he wasn't invited to his wedding, did he think Ron was a better friend to him than he was to Ron?
Okay.
No?
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what people. You only know your own.
Actually, me and Ron talked about that at his wedding last week. It was kind of.
Wait, what? I didn't get invited? What the? Oh. Call him up. Okay, so sorry. Back to your story about Ronnie.
And the only other friend was my wife's good friend, who's a guy she's known for a long time.
Lenny?
No, it wasn't Lenny.
So there's only two friends there, but not really.
And one of
like
the friends is a brother-in-law, practically.
One is a brother-in-law, and one's a guy that I don't. I like him. He's a great guy, but I don't really know him through. I know him through my wife.
And you know what? None of them were me.
If I didn't have a brother, the best man thing, I guess it would have, probably by default, I would have had to settle for Chris.
Bull! Absolute bull. It would have been Ronnie. It
would have been between you and Ron. And I see you and hang out with you a lot more, but I've known Ron for probably longer than anyone else.
And it should be Ronnie. It is Ronnie, and it should be Ronnie. Ronnie is your best man.
Not Scott?
Well, he lives far away.
Yeah, he lives on the other side of the country.
If he was on Staten Island.
I've known him very long.
If Scott was on Staten Island, it was between Scott, Ron, and Chris. Who would it be?
I'm not even in the running.
No,
Scott and Ron. I think it would be. I think it's. I don't even think it's a toss up. I think it's hands down. It would be Scott, and Ron would be second. And that's fine.
Whatever. You're a Mudfoot fan. Whatever.
Maybe it would be all three of you guys.
Who's Mudfoot?
Who's Scott? Who's Ron?
Who do I like? I like people.
You don't like anybody. Get out of here.
Oh, that's right.
So if you were walking by the Bank of America building this week on the corner of 42nd Street and 6th Avenue in Manhattan, it's a newly built construction. It's diagonal across the intersection of 42nd and 6th from Bryant Park.
I saw it.
Right next to the old Verizon building, which is now, there's still a Verizon Wireless building there. A bucket of glass fell from a 53rd story window. And people walking down the street were hit with shards of glass.
Holy crap.
Amazingly, no one was seriously hurt. But could you imagine anything worse than being walking down the street and glass raining from the sky on you?
How about like a 5-pound rubber ball being dropped on you?
The only thing I could think of worse is not being invited to someone's wedding. But other than that,
if me, you, Scott, and Ronnie were walking down the street after I saved Scott first and then try to save Ronnie, we'd really be sad about how you got killed by all that glass.
The three of us would cry over your body. And if you were still alive, we would hold our hand over your mouth till you stop breathing and then start crying. Let's see. What other things I want to talk about? Elizabeth Brown, this past week, her grave was desecrated in the greatest city in the Union, Miami, Florida.
Zombie.
One of her
Zombie did not desecrate that woman's grave.
I was doing a shout out.
No, what's up? Her nephew went to go visit her grave this week and found that the grave was broken open. Her skull and rib cage were missing, and there were chicken feathers inside of her grave.
Wow.
Voodoo.
The Colonel was there?
Voodoo.
I think that's a dream I once had.
I wonder why.
That's a dream I had after eating that horrible chicken last week.
I wonder why I believe in ghosts.
Which we didn't bring up, by the way.
Oh, go for it. Go for it while I go inside to get more beers because I only grabbed one because I thought the show was almost over.
Okay, so here's what happened. previously on Best in Show, we discussed chicken. And then Brian said, where can I get some fried chicken around here?
Zombie's fault.
The closest place, because Zombie called from the Chicken Ranch, and the closest we had
From the
was,
Church Chicken
was
Ranch.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. So we went and spent a ridiculous amount, Brian mostly spent a ridiculous amount of money on fried chicken.
Yeah, was expensive. Dude.
We all ate the chicken. It was almost $70 worth of chicken and stuff. And when I got home, I felt terribly nauseous, like I was really going to throw up. And I haven't been nauseous to the point of needing where I'm going to throw up from food, and like since I was a little kid. So I said, I have to go to sleep. So I laid down, I slept for about 2 hours, and when I woke up, my stomach felt better. I didn't feel nauseous anymore. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm really glad, because I would have thought I had food poisoning. Please don't let me hear that someone else is sick. About 20 minutes after I wake up, Chris calls me and says, do you feel funny at all? And I said, that's it. I have a little lull in the sickness right now, but I'm actually going to die probably. And why don't you take it from there, what you experienced?
Yeah, it was weird because I don't think that I specifically overate. I don't think I ate too much during that day. I ate.
By the way, you don't have any left, do you? 'Cause I'm starving right now.
You totally ruined my joke. You totally ruined my joke. I had one set up, but no. So I ate a lot of biscuits. I ate a lot of biscuits, and by a lot I don't mean like I overate biscuits. It's just that was what I was eating a lot of. That seemed to be the common thread of those who actually.
And I'm the one that specifically said to Brian, all I really want is extra biscuits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had no biscuits and I was fine.
Yeah, my wife had problems, and when I went to the supermarket after the show, like after I uploaded everything, we went to the supermarket. My wife and I actually got lightheaded in the supermarket and almost had to take a knee. Like I started leaning totally on the wagon as we were walking through the supermarket. Like my head was basically on my kid's lap while I was pushing the wagon, and I needed like support from the wagon. That I was having real problems. Came home, laid down on the couch, passed out, and then was like I kept getting like weak in the knees and totally nauseous and awful and horrible.
KFC around here?
Yeah, but like I said, I think it was just the biscuits because that's the only thing that was common amongst those.
Thank
who
God
got
I didn't
sick.
eat with you because that would be the only thing that I would have eaten. Biscuits and their mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank God you didn't get sick. I thank God every day that you weren't sick because my illness meant nothing.
You could be $400,000 richer right now if you
It's
knew
true.
how to play it.
It's true, but yeah, it was really horrifically awful.
You know the worst part about this story? I am so hungry for Kentucky Fried Chicken right
Well,
now.
see, and that's ironic that you say it because I want to see what exactly was wrong with the chicken. So I have it inside still in the refrigerator.
you saved
I
it.
want to bring it in, and I want to see if we eat it, who's actually going to get sick and who's not. No, that was the joke I was going to go for. Of course, I don't keep chicken in my refrigerator for a week.
To be tested on the air.
Well, I would do it on the air. If I was going to do it any place, it would be on the air.
Dude, meat is murder. Milk is rape.
Dairy is a whole rape. But cheese is so delicious. You don't eat cheese?
I do eat cheese.
Okay, so then what are you talking about?
But then
you
I think
crazy
like a guy like jerking a cow, like that's how I got
It's not
this.
jerking a cow.
He jerked the cow to
What?
get the cheese.
Didn't a
Those are
jerk a cow?
udders.
He
Those are
squeezed
those
udders.
are teats
Exactly.
that
yeah,
are being
they jerked
jerked.
it. They jerked the teat, and that's what's
They
giving
don't.
the
They
milk.
jostle them. They jostle them. They don't actually jerk them. I'm sorry. I agree with you.
It's stimulating.
I agree with you 100%. Other than the fact that jerk is the wrong term.
It's definitely
Meat is murder. Dairy is rape. It's an awful process
so
that we've
delicious.
we've become addicted to. But the sad fact is, I'm addicted to it. If I had any sort of self-control at all in the world, I would not drink. I would not eat meat. I would not eat cheese.
is that really true?
If I had the self-control to do it, absolutely.
you would stop doing it.
I would. If I had, I love it too much.
My
though.
name's-
It's so delicious.
My name's Chris, and I'm a jerkaholic.
It's so yeah.
I like it. I could totally stop eating meat if I was forced to. I choose to do it because I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm choosing to do it because I enjoy it, but the enjoyment is my addiction. I enjoy.
I guess I don't call it an addiction. Right?
I-
I'm not referring to it
I'm
as
getting
addiction.
more and
because you're fooling yourself.
Then again, I'm getting drunk on Friday nights and beating people up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're choosing to still be drunk. You're choosing to eat meat. You're
I'm getting-
choosing to have some cheese. What's up?
I'm
buddy?
getting more and more to the point where I'm starting to be conscious now of like really being bothered by eating certain things. Like I used to be able to eat pork always, just minus bacon or sausage, and I can't anymore. Like so,
Really?
it's
Love it.
getting to the point now where it's starting to bother me. But I really don't eat anything else. That's my problem.
I fried a pound of bacon before the show today.
Now, what do you mean it bothers you? It bothers you emotionally because
Yes.
because an animal's being killed, or
Yep.
it bothers you because you're.
I feel like I'm a
It
hypocrite
is-
because I refuse to eat lobster because they're boiled alive.
But everything.
but
they
he'll
shot
eat it-
a lot.
But like chickens are ripped apart while they're
But he-
alive,
but-
and like
But he'll eat a cow that had its throat slit and hung upside down, so the blood could come
they
out
put
of
a
it.
pin, a nail, a foot nail into